This is Phil with Android Central, and this is the LG G Watch R and the Moto 360. So we recently got our first look at the LG G Watch R at the IFA conference in Berlin, and since then we've picked up a Moto 360 in Chicago and have had it on our wrist for about a week. Now in Las Vegas, we're getting our first look at the two round Android watches side by side. There's the obvious physical differences, of course. The G Watch R is just a bit bigger thanks to that bezel on top, and it's also got a much more rugged look to it than the sleek Moto 360. And that's not to say it looks bad, it's just maybe not quite as futuristic. It also feels just fine, especially with a nice leather band like we have here. It does feel a little bit bigger than the 360 because it is, but we've seen far larger and more gaudy timepieces here in Vegas. The Moto 360 display is larger, but the G Watch display packs in more pixels per inch, making the plastic OLED display look nicer, if a little softer. And like Motorola, LG also has its own custom watch faces on the G Watch R. And the more Android Wear watch faces we see from the manufacturers, the better they've gotten. LG takes advantage of the onboard barometer so you can keep track of your altitude if that's your thing. There's also a dedicated camping watch face, a world clock, and just a bunch of new options we haven't seen before. And we don't have any pricing or any new word on availability other than sometime in the fourth quarter of 2014. But the bottom line for us at this point is that the LG G Watch R very much looks to be a perfectly valid contender in the first round of Android Wear smartwatches. Stay tuned for more on it once it's available.